Congratulations on the purchase of your Mantis Deluxe XP Tiller Cultivator. This Mantis Deluxe XP Tiller has been enhanced to provide new convenience and comfort features developed to help you enjoy gardening with the Mantis even more. This video will cover assembly, fueling, starting and operating, tine removal and replacement, transportation and storage, and basic maintenance of your tiller. Please read the supplied owner's manuals for more information regarding each of these areas. Your new Mantis Deluxe XP tiller comes partially assembled. However, some basic assembly is required. Before we begin removing anything from the box and begin assembly, find a clean work area and make sure all necessary tools are handy before you begin to assemble your Mantis Deluxe XP tiller. The tools you will need are a 7/16" crescent wrench, a ratchet wrench with an extension, a 7/16" socket, and a 3/8" socket or crescent wrench. Let's begin. Lay everything out so you can easily identify the parts. You will find the engine with upper right throttle handle and tines already assembled for you. For ease of assembly and stability, it is important that you keep the engine tine assembly in its cardboard cradle. You'll also find the left upper handle, right and left middle handles, right and left lower handles, right and left loop handles, a foam grip, carry handle with grip, handle brace, tiller kickstand, brace and hardware, 1 bottle of Mantis 4-cycle oil, and a bag of hardware, which contains 2 3¼ bolts, 6 2-way Locknuts, 4 Hexhead cap screws, 2 carriage bolts, 2 Curvedhead bolts, 2 acorn nuts, 2 throttle cable clips, 2 round knobs, 4 2-prong knobs, and 2 tine retaining pins. Now let's begin assembling your tiller cultivator. Open the cradle top while keeping the unit in the cradle. Slide the foam grip onto the right loop handle. Slide the 2 3¼ bolts through the holes of the loop handle and then through the holes of the right lower handle. Position this assembly onto the recessed channels below the engine. Slide the lower left handle onto the bolts. Slide the left loop handle into the grip and right loop handle, then onto the bolts. Take 2 of your 6 lock nuts and fasten them with your fingers until tight. Place the carry handle between the lower handles and line up the holes. Place 2 of the 1 1/8" bolts through the holes. With hex heads on the inside of the carry handle, use 2 lock nuts and fasten them finger tight. With the 7/16" wrench and socket, tighten all handle bolts. At this stage, your tiller should look like this. Next, take the kickstand brace with the arrow pointing up and position it just above the bend of the lower handles. Position the kickstand under the lower handles. Line up the holes and thread the kickstand brace bolts into the kickstand. Tighten with the 3/8" wrench. At this point, you can put the kickstand down to assemble the middle and upper handles. Lay out the middle and upper handles and the handle brace as shown here. Attach the brace to the right middle handle with a Hexhead cap screw and a two-way lock nut, and finger tighten. Repeat this step for the left side. Next, take the right upper handle, the one with the throttle. Slide it between the middle handle and the lower flange of the brace. Insert a curved head bolt into the slot at the bottom of the upper handle so that it comes out the top of the middle handle. Thread a two-prong knob onto the bolt, leaving it loose. Repeat this step for the left side. Line up the top holes of the upper handles with the holes on the top of the brace so the handles are in the lowest position. Insert the round knob into the brace and tighten. Repeat this for the left side. Now fully tighten the two-prong knobs. Position the upper handle assembly, as shown here, so you can insert the carriage bolts into the bottom holes of the upper handle assembly, then through the top holes of the lower handles. Loosely thread the other two-pronged knobs onto the carriage bolts. Lift the upper handles until they line up with the lower handles and fully tighten the knobs at the pivot point. Cap the exposed bolts with the acorn nuts and tighten with your 7/16" wrench until snug. Be careful not to over-tighten. Then tighten brace bolts. Attach the throttle cable clips to the upper and lower handles. Make sure the cable is not wrapped or twisted and you have proper throttle movement. If needed, you can adjust your handle height by loosening the upper two-prong knobs and removing the round knobs, then sliding the upper handles to the desired position. Then reinsert the round knobs and retighten the two-prong knobs. Congratulations! Your Mantis Deluxe XP Tiller Cultivator is now assembled. For more details regarding assembly, operation, and maintenance, consult your owner's manual, visit mantis.com or mantisowners.com, or call 1-800-366-6268. Your Mantis Deluxe XP Tiller Cultivator will give you years of gardening pleasure.